Hey there, everybody. This is Carrie Hamblen, the CEO and president of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce, coming to you again. We've revised, well, not revised, we've just started our Zoom chats again now that I'm back in Las Cruces, and very excited that we have Leah Messina, who is the founder of Sinuate Media. In full transparency, she also used to be a member of our board. She's been with the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce since she founded her business, Sinuate Media, years ago. I mean, Leah, it's great to see you. And how many years has it been now?
Oh my goodness. Well, welcome back to town. It's so good to have you back here, Carrie. Thank you for having me on today. How many years has it been? I have been living in Las Cruces for 11 years. So it's been probably just about that long that I've been a member. So I joined as soon as I moved to town, pretty much.
I know, it was just like right from the beginning, you hit the ground running and started connecting and talking about local businesses. And so, it's been a while since you and I've talked. And so how have things been for Sinuate Media?
It has been busy. We have been building websites left and right. We've been doing a ton of digital advertising. It's been a very interesting last 2 years or so with the pandemic. So, but they have been good. We've been able to grow our team and keep up with it.
Well, and that's the thing is that, yours is one of those businesses that's expanded. I mean, you were even surprised the last time we talked that you were having to hire, I think, 4 people at the time. And so why do you think that growth has been so targeted, like in your business? And I think I might know the answer, but I'd love to hear you explain it.
Yeah, it's, I think a lot of the things that we've been talking about for years and years about going digital, taking advantage of, web and mobile, all of a sudden we all were faced of having to do it. It wasn't really an option anymore. And we had a lot of clients, right in the beginning of the pandemic that for a long time were kind of on the fence, like, oh, should I redesign my website? Should I start an online store? They just end up having to do that because they had to stay in business. So there was a lot of pivoting going on in advertising and marketing from in-person events to online and a lot of trying to reinvent businesses in general. So we really helped businesses kind of guide their way through that very messy process, especially early on.
Well, and did you find that, I mean, we've worked with, you've done this with the Arrowhead Center and when the pandemic started, the Green Chamber, along with our counterparts in the Greater Chamber, and the City Economic Development Department, SCORE, Lift Fund, West, all of us got together and really tried to figure out ways. And you were part of that because you gave seminars on that. Did you find that there were like different degrees of people in terms of their technological capabilities?
Yeah, which, I've been preaching a lot lately about the digital divide, and traditionally that term has been used in relation to actual infrastructure, not having internet in certain regions, but there really is a digital divide in accessibility of online tools and people's knowledge and comfort level with online tools that are available to them to market their business. And now I feel that businesses are forced into having to use them, and a lot of them don't know how to, they don't have the time, they don't have the patience, they don't have the energy, whatever it may be. And it's really kind of putting them into a position of either they're participating in it and being among this new economy that we have, or they're not. And we can see how both sides kind of play out.
Well, I want to give you credit because through this collaboration that we started, that we were with, is Sinuate Media created shopsouthernnm.com as kind of a response to that as well, and a really easy way to go and connect with local businesses. And it continues to grow, and we're very grateful for that because it kind of serves as a directory. Really, and it's so easy for people, and I'll post about that at some other time, but right now we're focusing on you. So given that those challenges, and just really, I mean, I think a lot of it is just people don't have the time.
Time is the most precious commodity that we have right now.
And you think, I mean, and it's kind of seems weird because there are several of us. I mean, you're working from your office right now. I have the luxury and privilege of being able to work from my home. And it's, but there are folks who are doing brick and mortar who are busting their bums just trying to keep their doors open. And so part of that response, though, is that, and you've always been so innovative, and I love the organic marketing that you came up with when you first started talking about Sinuate Media. And so you've got this Approach Positive campaign
Yeah.
now, or program. So
Yeah.
I mean, you might have already touched on how that came about, but tell us about
Yeah.
the program.
Yeah, so you alluded to earlier all these seminars that I gave over the last couple of years, and in doing, I did 17 talks in 1 year about how to market during COVID. So in hearing all of these businesses come to those seminars with their challenges that they were facing, I said, okay, there is a serious need here for businesses, small businesses, that need to figure out how they can be competitive online. So we looked at all of the marketing strategies that we talk with our clients about every day through Sinuate Media, and we said, okay, let's distill this down to the most important things that businesses need. Like, they can't survive without these things. And we came up with 3 paths. One is for a startup business that doesn't have an online presence. The second path is for a business that at least has a website, but is maybe not really using it to the best of the ability, which is a lot of businesses. And then the third one is, at least you have a customer database, you have a website, but you really want to drive business and sales maybe to an e-commerce store. So it's okay, so you have these 3 paths of where you may be in your business life cycle. And we picked the most effective marketing strategies for each. And then within this program, we will help guide your business to growth based upon where you are. So Approach Positive, we're doing it approachpositive.com, and you can see these different paths and how we can help you with that.
Well, and for so many folks, I mean, and I'm thinking of some of our members that we've been talking to, for a long time, is like just the intimidation of the technology, and just not understanding or feeling comfortable, which is a legitimate feeling.
Right.
When you've been doing, a brick and mortar store. And so it's like, how do you work with people? I mean, it is scary, for a lot of people who have been doing this, and especially if there's a business that's been in their family for decades, it's like, that's not their priority.
Right.
So
that's exactly what it's designed for. It's for, we want people to focus on running their business. If they're a restaurant, you should be making sure that your customers are happy, that the food is good, and your staff is trained and all that, right? The other part is the knowledge part of it. Marketing should not have to become the full-time job of the business. It's an aspect of the business. So we also found that businesses, small businesses, were, it can sound kind of intimidating to hire a marketing agency. It's going to cost me so much money, and I don't know what I'm getting to. Even if I call them, like, I'm going to get sold something, right? So we're trying to take out, some of those variables out of there and make it affordable. The prices start at $350 a month. So, that should be, for at least a small business, at least get you out there. And you have the support of an agency that works with clients nationwide and has seen every variable of what marketing can look like. So you're getting a lot of knowledge by getting us as sort of your marketing team to help guide you through this. So that's how we kind of wrapped it all together.
Yeah, and I think it's amazing, because it's the thing that you've got a talent for, is really kind of breaking it down and removing the things that are so intimidating about this whole process. And with the pandemic, I mean, we found that, like, businesses were immediately cutting their advertising budgets, and completely understand, because they were trying to keep their doors open.
Sure.
But that was like the first thing that should not be cut, because it's like, you need to keep people aware of what you're doing as a business during this time.
Yeah. Communications became so essential with the pandemic of, are you open? What kind of safety precautions are you taking? And, those businesses that focus on, let me just communicate what's happening internally with us, with our customers, have been able to ride it out a lot better than those that just shut things down and cause a lot of confusion amongst their clients and people out there.
Yeah, there are several local examples that you and I both know of, how they've been able to navigate we're a small business, we are a family, our kids are running around the coffee shop.
Right.
And also, I mean, I know you know who I'm talking about. It's it's Beck's Coffee and Creamery, and now Willow and Blaine, and them, and Salud Messia, Indulgence Cafe. Those are folks who have really just like embraced it and just like taken it and run with it, and they're doing well. And
Mhm.
and I'm really grateful for that, and to have them as examples in this community.
Yeah, great examples, and great of showing how your customers are willing to ride the waves with you, the ups and downs through all of this, and as long as you're sharing with them what's going on. If they're kind of left in the dark, then they're going to make their own assumptions about what may be happening in your business, and as a business owner, you do not want that to happen.
No, you don't. And so approachpositive.com, we'll put all that contact information down, either down below or up above, however you're viewing this. And we'll put your contact information, and love that you're doing this, because
Yeah.
we've talked about that, like the new normal for businesses is really kind of
Hmm.
e-commerce. You have to be able to do this.
Yeah. Yes, you have to do it. You have to be involved. You don't want to be left out of doing it because there's the opportunity of losing business on it. And then we're also with the program just offering marketing tools and trainings and so on for those people that do want to gain more knowledge about marketing. Just because you're using a service to do it doesn't mean that you don't want to know the ins and outs of it. And you should be educated about it. It just doesn't need to be your full-time job doing it.
Right. That whole thing of those analytics and
Yeah.
impressions and all that
Yes.
stuff that you've taught me is a
Yeah.
little, but you
Yeah.
get it, and
Yeah.
you make it easy to understand. So I'm really grateful.
Right. Yeah. It's sort of like being a language interpreter. Like, we could look at all these crazy numbers and then tell you what it means and what you need to do, more importantly, about it.
Yeah. Well, I know that you and I could talk for a long time about this, but I know that your
Yeah.
schedule is pretty packed. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you taking the time out of your day.
Yeah.
If you are interested about Approach Positive, you'll see the website down below, approachpositive.com. If you're interested in contacting Leah and her crew at Sinuate Media, we've got that contact information there. Also, if you'd like to do a Zoom chat to help promote your business, they're part of your membership package. So please contact me here, and I'll be more than happy to schedule one with you. I'd love to talk with you and see your faces, and get the word out about what you're doing. And so, Leah, it's always a
Yeah.
pleasure to see you. I know I'm going
Thank
to
you,
be able to
guys.
see you sometime soon.
I sure hope so.
Yes, and so big love to the family, and we'll talk with you soon.
Yeah. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.